building my homemade microscope.
List of materials. Small lens from a disposable camera, old or broken cell phone, 3 magnifying glasses, thick and thin cardboard, thin white cardboard, thin black cardboard, small mirror, glue or hot glue gun, paintbrush, plastic lid, fishing line, thin transparent plastic from packaging, sports bottle cap, vitamin container, folder fastener, paintbrush, plastic bottles, toothpaste cap, aluminum can. Just a reminder, alcohol can ruin your life. Used pens and leads. A 5 mm inner diameter washer. Ice cream container lid. List of tools. Nails. Hand saw. Rulers, protractor, and set squares. Markers. Pliers. Wooden board and strip. Matte black paint. A pair of scissors. Small metal file. Hammer, sandpaper, screwdriver, screws, gloves, compass, safety glasses, face mask.
This is a guide on how I built my own microscope using simple materials.
If you're too young or have never used this kind of tools before, don't hesitate to ask someone experienced with tools for help.
First, we draw the design on a piece of cardboard, with dimensions that will allow us to install other components later on. Then, we cut it out, and after that, we make replicas of the same shape. Next, we draw a circle by tracing the outline of the ice cream cup lid. Then, we frame it inside a square. Its diagonals will help us find the center. By using that center, we measure the diameter of the discs needed to cover the other side of the lid. We attach the discs to the lid with silicone, and once it is dry, we make a 1.5 centimeter diameter hole. Now we are sanding the different parts. And then we stick them together. 2 holes with a separation of 6 centimeters are necessary on the stage. We repeat the same on the sides of the plastic lid. To which we will attach the bottom of the can and the mirror. Now we are preparing the U-shaped support for the mirror. This is a 50 millimeter diameter lens. It will be the condenser. Then, we put it into a small cardboard tube. With this clear plastic, we build the diaphragm blades. the blades will be mounted on the frame made out of pencils. The strings transmit their movement through the rollers, and this movement is reflected on the blades. The fastener becomes the tweezers that hold the slide. We adjust the diameter of the green tube so that it fits around the bottle, which will be the optical tube. With these strips of cardboard, we will make the focusing rings, arranged in a helical shape with a pitch of 1 centimeter. The inside of the optical tube, as well as the bottle caps of the objective and the eyepiece, have been painted black. The support tube is now fixed to the arm. The focal distance is measured here and is reduced by half if we add another lens of the same type. We need to align the lenses in smaller tubes that fit inside the optical tube. In this step, we are placing 2 lenses of 6 centimeters in diameter, separated by 1 centimeter. An extension is added to lengthen the tube and cover the eye relief. The objective lens comes from an old, broken cell phone. There must be roughly a 4 millimeters gap between the slide and the objective lens. It works. The focusing system is functioning properly. The distance between the objective lens and the next lens is 18 centimeters. Above this lens, there is another lens at a distance of 1 centimeter, and the eye relief measures 20.5 centimeters. Optionally, we can add 1 more lens to the eyepiece system, and we will obtain an increase in magnification. And the length of the eyepiece decreases, and the eye relief does as well. Now let's build an even simpler alternative microscope. Well, this is just a popsicle stick. Let's see what we can make with it. Actually, there isn't much to explain. The images speak for themselves, though I'll add a comment wherever it's relevant. This is the plano-convex lens from a small flashlight. We glued it to a cap that already had its own opening. The flat side of the lens must face the specimen. The cone is an essential component and fits inside the optical tube. The viewing opening consists of a small cap inside a bigger cap, with the gaps filled with silicone.
To prevent severe eye damage, never illuminate with direct sunlight reflected off the mirror. That light should always be diffused and indirect.